come back, and obviously another road trip, a team you haven't seen, just kind of the general vibes around the team.
Yeah, I think obviously we're a little disappointed with the loss. I thought we put in a good performance, and I think there is a lot of positives we can take from that, and I think we're excited to get on the road and kind of prove ourselves against OL Reign.
I know it's a really small sample size of the season, but if you look at it, if you guys score a goal, you get points, and if you haven't scored a goal, you don't get points. Has that been a topic of discussion? I mean, you're always trying to score goals, obviously.
Yeah.
Just the importance of starting on the
Yeah, I think we've talked about just like capitalizing on our chances. I think we did have a couple chances in the first half that we didn't put away, and I think that that's important in the grand scheme of things, right? Like we put one away, I think it changes the game. So yeah, obviously we look at those moments as chances to improve, but I think, we're always looking to get better in front of goal.
I've heard some other players talk about maybe the freedom they get on the pitch, but I was watching you the other night. I mean, you could have been confused as like a holding midfielder or a center forward. How's your role evolved? Where do you feel like you are right now?
Yeah, I mean, obviously at the beginning of the season I was starting in a little bit of a deeper position, and I've kind of moved all over, and I think I trust my teammates and Christy and the coaching staff to put me in positions that ultimately I'll succeed. So whatever the team needs me to do, I'm there. Again, I don't think I take over Misha's spot or anything like that, but anything the team needs, I'm definitely there to help out.
I've seen a fair number of training sessions. I've never seen you do a flip throw out here. How much do you practice that? Has that just been in your back pocket all season?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing them since I was like a little kid, probably like 12 and up. I did youth gymnastics, so that was like something my dad really wanted me to do as a kid. But I haven't done one competitively since college. So yeah, I just have always thought that the pitch was a little too small for it, but I suppose that, yeah, I did a couple the other day, and they went a little bit further than my my first one, but yeah, so it's kind of evolving for sure.
So we could see it again?
You could see it again, say that for sure.
Can you take us through like the technique behind that?
Yeah, basically it's more like you just got to know how to do a front handspring, and then ultimately it's about like balancing like where your hands are on the ball, and if you release too early it goes too high, just like it's release patterns and how far I am stretched out in terms of like my front handspring. But yeah, it's just making sure that you got the front handspring down, and then you can kind of move the ball into the equation.
The idea obviously just in that spot to kind of gives you, if it goes well, it's sort of like a set piece, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if it gets into the spots that I'd like it to get into, then yeah, ultimately it can be used as a set piece.
For starters, it makes it sound like you made that sound a lot easier than how it is. But for a soccer-related question, more of a soccer-related question, with having Nadia there now, obviously all the international additions are there. What's been kind of the vibe of the team now that she's been here for at least a week, and everyone's you already have one game under the belt with everyone being there. So what's been kind of like the vibe of the team now that the roster is complete?
Yeah, I think everyone's pumped to have Nadia. We're pumped to have Gemma and Ebony. I just think it bolsters our squad, and I think it adds some different pieces and good rotations for our front line and back line. So I think it's really positive. We're excited to have them here.
And you guys, Christy always mentions it's all about improving. It's been a few games since you guys last won. What's gonna have to be the difference this time for this weekend? Obviously, aside from scoring more goals than Seattle.
Yeah, I think it's putting together a full 90. I think there's times in the games that we take bits and pieces off, and I think it's important that we, have a complete performance. And I think in the first half of Washington, we played exceptionally well, and I think in the second half, there were some pieces and even in the first half, I think there's moments that we take our foot off the gas. So I think it's just putting a complete performance together.
You've been watching the Olympics, soccer at the Olympics?
I unfortunately don't. I have not woken up yet to watch, but I've watched highlights and reruns of it.
Going to go is how messed up are the sleep schedule's going to get when you guys go out west?
Oh my goodness, yeah, that is always a challenge for sure. But I think that's part of the NWSL, right? Like everybody has to do it, and we all have to work with that adversity. So I think it's important for us to get our minds right when we do go out west.